Good evening and welcome to the Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station. I'm your host, Roman, and we have a terrific show planned for you today. First, the forecast from our IntellectualRadio.com Weather Center. Today, sunny and clouds mix. A stray of showers and thunderstorm is possible. Some may be severe. High 91 degrees. It's like a 50-50 chance for the rain, so some will, some don't. Tonight, clear skies, low 68 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny, high 84 degrees. Tomorrow night, clear to partly cloudy skies, low around 70 degrees. The rest of the week forecast looks like this. Wednesday, thunderstorms, high 78 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 77 degrees. And on Friday, sunny, high 82 degrees. The Drive at 5 is part of the Monday Night Mogul with Straight No Chaser with Real Ray Harris at 6 p.m. Maze Says with Maze Jackson at 8 p.m. and Keeping It Real Estate with Harold Arnold at 3 p.m. One Sister to Another with Angela Johnson now has a new date and time. Sundays at 10 p.m. And Monday Night Mingle is back with the facts on Monday night at 7 p.m. The Drive at 5 is also part of the fabulous 5 at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station. And today my guest is the person who wears an iHeart radio station on her sleeves or on her heart, literally. She's an iHeart media sweetheart, and she's a jack of all media trades. Please give a Drive at 5 welcome to Nikia Nichelle.
Thank you.
Yay, you can applaud to that. Yeah.
Yay.
Welcome to the Drive.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate that, and I know you made a special accommodation for us. I truly appreciate that.
Well, a little bit. You know, I do wake up early to do traffic on GCI, V103, and WLIT, so I stayed up a little later for you tonight.
Oh, cool.
Roman, you appreciate that? All right.
I appreciate that a lot. Now, please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station your background.
So I started first with a business partner. We had a show called Flair TV here in Chicago where we covered entertainment. Well, we started covering local artists here in Chicago, and then we got granted the opportunity to interview Nelly for the first celebrity interview. How awesome is that? Nelly and the whole St. Lunatics.
How did that come about?
You know, we were local media, a local media outlet here in Chicago. So we were networking and making our way around the city. And I don't know if you know Lisa E.
Yes.
Lisa E. called us randomly after meeting her and just kind of letting it be known that, hey, we'll come cover an event. If you ever need someone to cover something, let us know. And she didn't have any media coverage that day. I don't know if everyone was busy or what happened, but she didn't have any, and we came out with the cameras. And after that one or that one situation where we were able to get a entertainment or celebrity, then after that we just kept getting yes, and then it became Queen Latifah and Robin Thicke and Trey Songz and all these other people. For a while we were working together, and then the business partner that I had, her and I split. I went to Illinois Center for Broadcasting to just kind of make sure, am I doing this right? I didn't really know. You know, I started grassroots. I didn't have any real background in communications. I mean, I didn't go to a big Harvard or anything like that. So
or Columbia College.
Or Columbia. I didn't want to spend all that money, you know.
Well, now you tell me. I mean, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, you know, I went to Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and I already had my thing going on. And from there, transitioned to working at WVON, filling in over there for the, at the time, it was David Martin III. That was the news anchor for WVON. So, you know, they're over in the South Side. So I got a lot of experience doing on-air radio, traffic reporting. And then after that, for a while of working with them, I got the opportunity to start being on air at iHeart. and doing all the iHeart media stations for.
So how did that come about, the iHeart thing?
I was producing at Total Traffic, which is, they do all the traffic reporting for iHeart. So WLIT, GCI, V103, KISS FM, all of those stations, US 99. So while I was at school, my teacher was like, look, you have really great talent. I was determined not to leave there without a job, like really seriously determined. Anyone that knew me was like, I am not going to waste my $17,000 coming out working at Walmart, so nothing wrong. No, no judgment to someone who has to do that or take that route. But I really wanted to continue to pursue my journey in entertainment and what I was doing. I was already in broadcasting, so just in a different way. I had started my own thing, and she saw my history and saw my path and was like, I'll refer you to my job and see if you could get something there. And I did. I got a producer position, and then after that, it went into a more on-air position, and I fought for that too. So it wasn't like I got handed it the golden goose. It was something that I fought for.
So let me say this, because everyone is different in broadcasting, right?
Right.
Some people float up to the top. There's someone that takes the step by step by step by step. Do you consider yourself floating up to the top, skipping a couple of stairs, or floating up to the top? Which one? That's a hard question.
It is a hard question.
Why is it a hard question?
Because there's perception of what other people might think my journey is, and then there's what I feel. I feel like it is step by step, and there's days that I feel like people don't believe in me, or am I even in the right field? Am I supposed to even be doing this? There's days where I feel stagnant, where I want to do something and it's not happening. Maybe I move too fast, but I do feel like it's this long process. I've been doing this for like almost 10 years now. Mm-hmm. So the process is not as fast as I would like it to be,
Mm-hmm. It could be more, right?
Yeah. So I'd say step by step by step for me, but somebody else might be like, oh my gosh, she's just gliding to the top.
What inspired you to get into the media biz?
I like
what I
do. No, because I'm thinking of this funny story.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was a little girl, I always tell people, watch what your kids do, because they tell a story and you don't even know sometimes. So when I was a little girl, I guess there was a situation that happened and I didn't even know happened until my cousin came to me years later. I was like, I don't know, 19 or whatever. And she's like, hey, Nick, I got this tape of you and your little brother. You guys had to be like 5 years old. And you guys are just playing around and it's the funniest tape. You should take a listen to it. And I'm like, really? And so she's like, yeah, it's a tape. Now I'm telling my age because it's a tape and I don't even think we do tapes no more. So anyway,
Well, it depends. Is it a beta or a VHS? Which one?
No, it's like a cassette tape.
Okay. So yeah. You're not that old.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm getting there. But so I listened to the tape and the tape is of me pretending like I'm Oprah, interviewing my brother and pretending like he's Michael Jackson's monkey Bubbles. And and I guess between that and just other situations in life, it just made me, there was a point where I just laid on my bed and I was like, look, I would love to have my own TV show. I really want to do TV more than radio. I don't know if that's bad to say.
Well, you're not only in television
Right.
or radio, you're also a model.
Well, not. I
Well,
wouldn't say that. No, because I
come
haven't.
on.
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
you modeled in some magazines.
Well, no.
You did some photo shoots. What
Okay,
am
let
I
me clear.
lying?
No,
Am I lying
I
here?
think. Yeah, well, here's the deal.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of people they do. They have this misconception. Okay, so starting out in the whole media business, a lot of people encouraged because I'm tall. I really don't like being tall. That's a little secret. Not anymore. But they encouraged that I should model. I didn't want to take that route, but I dabbled into being a talent scout for a like local modeling agency, and that didn't pan out. That was that. Then I was done after that. But I have done photo shoots just for my brand and putting things on my website and things of that nature. But it hasn't been anything. I haven't been in magazines. The only magazine that I was in was for my business. When we had Flair TV, me and my business partner got to be in Rolling Out and be featured in there as local business owners, entrepreneurs, and things of that nature. So it wasn't like a modeling campaign.
So what do you think tall women? I mean, I like tall women. Is to me is something to climb up to. I mean, but I just think what's the matter with tall?
I don't like being tall.
No?
No.
Why? I mean, you're nice. I mean,
Okay, here's the deal. So, two reasons. Everybody, when they see you, they say, "Oh my God, you're so tall," and I'm like, "Oh, you figured out the mystery." You know, it's like, it's like, no, I don't want to play ball. I don't want to play ball. I don't want all those stereotypical things. And I think sometimes with modeling too, there comes this conception that you're not that smart. You're only going off of your looks.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Some people have this misconception that that's what it
You're
is.
absolutely correct, but for you, you're different.
I know, but I don't want to sit and try to prove, if I were to be a model, that I am that different. You know, they're going to already just, oh, she's an airhead or she's not that intelligent.
But you don't come across like that.
True. Here's the deal. I might not know how I come across to other people. So I'm already just worried in my own head. Like that's how I think people would perceive me. Oh, you don't do real work, you know?
Well, people think I don't do real work.
Yeah, they still think I don't do real work too.
People think I just wake up in the morning and just say, "Hey, why won't you come on the show?"
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes that happens, but but usually there's a lot of prep work. You have to know, you have to read the person's bio, you have to get to know them as a person, as an individual. So a lot of people think we just come in, do the hour, get out, and I can do that in my sleep. But they don't know that there's a lot of prep work that goes into it.
I agree.
And especially coming from a traffic background,
right,
and knowing that you have to have somewhat of a news background in order to do traffic.
Traffic is a completely different language. It kind of is disrespectful when people say, "Oh, your job is easy." It's like, okay, well, let me see you get on the mic. It's not. It's easy, maybe to people that think that all you could just say is traffic slow. Like you can't just say that the whole time. So it does take a certain type of language that you have to have, and that I had to learn.
So you don't consider yourself a model at all? In essence, I'm going to take that
as
a
Roman, no,
I'm going to take that as a no.
First of all,
I think
if I say this, then people are going to probably come and just bash me. But I feel like I'm too fat to be a model, first and foremost. And
you got to be kidding me.
I know this is going to cause some stir. I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to move on.
Yes, this modeling thing is not working out.
I don't think you're fat, though. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I think you're a beautiful Black sister. So,
oh, thank you.
Currently, you have a popular blog.
I do.
And please explain to our intellectualradio.com/iHeart radio station. What's the name of your blog? What it's all about?
Okay, sure. So my blog is part of ChicagoNow.com, which is also a subsidiary of the Tribune. And I have my own blog on there called Just Nikia Nichelle, because it is just me. People were so used to me being branded with someone else, and we were this duo, but it's just me now. So I cover a lot of lifestyle and entertainment reporting. I've been able to go to the TCAs in LA and cover Underground, the new show on WGN America, where, you know, John Legend is the executive producer of that, as well as Aldous Hodge is on it, who played in the movie NWA. So I got to do that, and I've been afforded a lot more opportunities doing that on my own than even working for iHeart.
Okay. I'm going to try and bail you out of this.
Okay.
So, the opportunities that you have received
that is funny
in the past.
Yeah.
Can you name some of the celebrities? I know you interviewed Nelly. I know you interviewed a whole bunch of musical stars. But what is the one celebrity that you can say that says, you know what? I know I made it. What would be that one celebrity?
They know they made it?
You.
That I made it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You said you interviewed Queen Latifah.
Oh, okay.
You said you interviewed Nelly.
Maybe. Now, this is just maybe. Katie Couric? Maybe.
But didn't you do something with Katie Couric recently?
I interviewed her.
Yeah, but was that your aha moment right then and there?
Yeah, I would say.
What struck you to interview Katie Couric?
I was interested in her documentary and in her as a journalist. I know that she's done an abundance of things, and she was the first female to head up I think it was like Nightline or a news program.
CBS.
Yeah.
Evening News.
Yeah, Evening News. So I thought that was admirable. And me interviewing her, I just felt like I had to get her. It was kind of, for me, like getting Oprah. You know, it's this woman, and she's done a lot and seen a lot and been through a lot. But now, sometimes I feel like with me, my mind is so set and I'm so focused on doing TV. I would love to host like my own lifestyle show, you know, in the morning with The View or The Real or.
Well, that brings me to my next question.
Oh,
you
okay.
appeared on Channel 7.
I did.
Several times.
I have.
And you appeared on other, like CLTV a couple of times.
I have.
So you deal with lifestyle items, right?
Yes, I do.
And we discussed prep work, correct?
Yes.
So what's the problem here?
What do you mean, Roman? What do you mean, Roman?
No, what do I mean is basically you're saying you would like to be on television. You're already on television.
No, but
are you talking about in a more like every day,
like Windy City Live, you know,
okay.
More every day, more contributing, more getting paid. More getting paid for it, you know?
Okay. How do you, I'm going to try to bail you out on this one again. How do you prepare for these segments?
What did I say wrong this time?
You want to say get more paid for it. I mean, okay.
Okay. Maybe I'm being silly, Roman.
No. You're not being silly.
Am I being too silly?
No,
okay.
No, you're not.
So what did you say?
How do you prepare for these segments?
Well, for ABC7, I have to really know the product that I'm talking about,
Mhm.
at least test it out, because I'm going on there and telling you what's the best Father's Day gift to give or what's the best Mother's Day gift to give. So testing it out, making sure it is what it is. And that's about it. Make sure I bring my personality. It's a little different for me because it's live TV. So there's no mistakes, which is a lot of pressure. But
Like this. This is life.
hey, it doesn't feel live though.
Okay, what's the difference?
I don't know.
A camera is in front of you?
Well, I know a camera is in front of me, but I feel maybe you make me feel relaxed.
Okay.
Are you speechless? Are you speechless? You know what it is? I feel like I could be myself.
Okay.
Whereas
Yes.
doing those lifestyle segments, I have to present something or talk about something, and I can be myself here.
Are you like me? And it seems like you're like me. You hate to talk about yourself. It appears that way to me.
I can be kind of,
Shy.
yeah, or humble. You know, I don't want to come off as like this braggadocious type person.
But you're not like that.
You keep telling me that. I don't know. I don't know.
But there are other opportunities. So
Yeah.
I would say this. If someone is seeking advice, let's say you're my mentor,
Okay.
how will I get into broadcast media? What is the number one advice would you recommend to someone?
Right now, I would say create your own lane. Everybody is waiting for someone to give them that job or give them that opportunity. And with me, I continually blog for Chicago Now and seek my own interviews. Like, no one helps me with that. It's not like I have some secret person that's like, hey, you know, here's the information to get an interview with Katie Couric, or here's the information to get an interview with Wyclef John. Like, no, I actually go and pound the pavement for this. So, and build relationships. So I always tell people, build relationships, create your own lane, because these corporations are not gonna like give it to you. You have to prove your work, and the only way that you can prove your work is do something on your own. And I always say, if you're gonna do something, do it well. Do not only give 50%, you know, give 200, more than 100%. I do my own graphics, I create my own website, I do my own editing. I have my own camera to shoot if need be. I'm pretty much a one woman production company, and I've built that. So it's not easy. It does take time. But if you really want someone to be serious about your brand, you have to be serious about you.
Do you consider Chicago a hard market to break into?
Absolutely. You don't even have to finish that question.
Why? Why? Why?
I rant and rave about this daily, um, maybe even hourly. I feel like Chicago doesn't work together. That I feel like that's a really huge problem. We do not work together. I've gone to LA a couple of times, and I used to live in Florida. I moved away from Chicago, and I just see the, unfortunately, we have some kind of like cloud in over the city that breeds negative attitudes. And I can go to LA and everybody's like, yeah, just tell me what you need. Yeah, of course, I got you. And they really have me. You know, I've been able to afford a lot of situations because they were really about being about it. And it's not really that bad, but something here, I can't say it's deep rooted, but nobody's willing to help, I would say.
Okay. Fair enough.
I would say.
There's several follow-ups, but for time's sake, I'm going to leave it like that so it won't dig you in.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Okay, what would you consider a good interview and a bad interview?
A good interview is just the way me and that person is vibing and just how open they are. Like Wyclef Jean was really cool. There are some people that are really cool that are like, no. You know, we could sit and talk, or it's not a big problem because, you know, of course, sometimes publicists and managers get in the way of things. I would say a bad interview is just someone that obviously you didn't want to be interviewed today and they just have a really bad interview. The worst interview I had was with MC Light, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
I
heard the complete opposite of her.
She was not nice. I don't know if she just didn't feel like interviewing that day or what. I don't know why. I could not explain to you why but she told me in the middle of the interview, I had asked her a question. She was like, "That's a stupid question. I'm not answering that anymore," and did not talk to me for the rest of the interview.
Wow.
But talked to my co-host. So I was like, okay. And
wow.
Yeah, she was like the worst one.
And maybe she thought she was a roughneck. It was one of her songs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. You will cover the BET Awards that's coming up real soon.
So
Are you excited about it?
Well, I have an opportunity to cover it, but I got approved and everything. I obligated myself to host someone's event that same day. Didn't know that I was going to get approved for the BET Awards. I actually signed myself up or sent my stuff over to them and was like, they ain't gonna approve me anyway, so it don't matter. Like, I just did it like to prove myself right that I knew that they weren't gonna approve.
And when you found out you got approved,
I was like
the Price is Right, come on down.
It's just like, okay. I was like, wow, you know, kind of a little bit blown away. And then I thought, well, darn it, I'm under contract with someone else and that just wouldn't be a good look. As much as I would love to say, hey, you know, I did get the opportunity to be on the red carpet.
Do you think that person might be understanding?
They seem like they really want me to host their event, like really, really want, and then they're paying, they really want me to host it.
Because the next question, are you prepping to get your gown and stuff like that for the red carpet?
Well, you know, for me, a lot of the times, like when I get to cover red carpet stuff, since we're on our feet and we're working and we're doing like more production stuff, we don't get to be really dressed up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I was walking the red carpet, yeah, I would get my gown, but I was just going to wear something because it's LA. So, you know, it would be hot and bothersome, you know, standing there.
Two events that's coming up.
Yes.
One is the Chicago Music Awards. Are you covering that?
No, Chicago doesn't like me.
Oh, come on.
I'm serious. Like, no one.
I will make some phone calls. I'll get you in.
No one. No,
serious. I will try. I will get you in. Seriously. I know a couple of people. The other one is the Emmy Awards. Are you going to that?
I haven't tried. But you know what, Roman? Ever since I did try, or the Chicago Emmys or?
Chicago Emmys.
Oh.
Don't tell me. We're gonna have to talk after the show.
Yeah, let's chit chat.
We're gonna
no,
chit-chat.
Chicago doesn't like me.
That's not true. Don't say that. That's not true.
Okay. Well, but I'll say
let's put it into perspective so I can dig you out of this.
Okay.
Some people in your path that comes to you, it appears that it's negative. Those people, you got to flee them away.
Right.
And sometimes, and I'm going to get spiritual a little bit, God weed them out for you.
Exactly.
And what's happening, sometimes your aspiration and your path where you want to go, sometimes God will kind of deflect them away and bring you, say, come over here.
Right.
So when, like, Intellectual Radio is affiliated with iHeart. I mean, Earl Winfrey knows some people, I know some people. There's the old iHeart Radio family. I mean, knowing Earl, he'll probably ask you after the break, hey, you can have a show here. And I bet you after the break, it will come up too.
He's speaking for you, Earl.
But what I'm saying is, you got to understand atmosphere is a lot of, it depends on where.
Right.
Because if you're in a corporate atmosphere, that's different from, let's say, you don't know if it's a positive or negative.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, it does depend on the atmosphere. And luckily, I just stay
in your lane.
In my lane.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't veer off in the lane.
I stay in my lane, and I just know my vision and where I want to go. And eventually, I do feel like what I'm trying to do ultimately is more LA based. It's not something, it's too creative for here. And definitely, let me just go to a place where they're already breathing that, and that's something that they're already used to and doing and seeing. So, yeah.
So what is the next stop for you? How can people get in contact with you?
Always on social media at Nikia Nichelle. That's pretty easy. It's everywhere. I'm always on Snapchat, always on Facebook, always on Twitter and Instagram. And then just, my website, NikiaNichelle.com or ChicagoNow.com. Look for me, Nikia Nichelle. Pretty much.
Okay. You're not going to be a stranger, right?
No, of course not, Roman. Okay. I had fun today. I wish it could last longer.
Yeah, it will. When we come back on The Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart station, he's a bad man on the bass guitar, and he sings the same at the same time while playing the funk. I know, you like that, huh? Okay. Anthony Harris, a.k.a. Fresh Tone, only on IntellectualRadio.com, The Drive at 5. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And we're back on The Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart station. He sings R&B while playing the rough and tough bass line in Chicago music. Please give a Drive at 5 welcome to Fresh Tone. Welcome to The Drive.
Oh, welcome. How you doing?
Oh, wow. You got one of those night move voices going on there.
All right, man. Hey. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Scooby-Doo, right? Yeah, right. Please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart station your background.
Wow, I'm a musician. I'm a music teacher. I'm an author. I also own my own studio where I produce and make music for youth. I'm a music teacher for the youth. I'm a mentor for the youth. I'm an ordained deacon. Okay, I'm married with 5 kids. Okay, all of them that went to college, got degrees. Okay, yeah, and I'm just a blessed man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey.
I'm just a blessed man. I can go on and on now.
Well,
I don't,
hey.
you only got 10 minutes, he says. I ain't put bragging on me and all that.
Please explain to the Drive at 5 listening audience your describe your album to us. What should a person expect from your
Yes, because I
album?
noticed you say funk, I sing and funk and stuff. But this album here is a jazz album, okay? And the first song, the song that I brought you today is a stepper song for the steppers, okay? The step on that I'm singing and playing all the instruments I did, all the total producing on there and stuff. So this is a jazz album more than a funk album, though I do play funk, country, gospel, whatever ginger I play.
So, is it a new wave of jazz or is it the old school jazz?
You
Which
know,
one?
some it's fresh tone jazz. It's a
Describe fresh
jazz.
tone
I'm
jazz.
glad you said that. It's a mix between the jazz, a little funk, a little Motown is in there. Okay, I have a little Spanish in there because I got Spanish background. I'm really black and Puerto Rican, so I have a little some of my heritage in there. So you just have to take a good listen to it. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what inspired you to play the bass? Is there's something there? What inspired you to play the bass as well as to start singing at the same time?
Well, actually, I was inspired by my parents. My mother passed in '94, but she was a keyboard teacher and a music teacher, and she was a minister of music at church. And my father, he's still living. He's a guitar player. Okay, I'm the only son. I've been playing since I've been 3. I was a kid prodigy on Channel 9 when I was 7 years old playing bass guitar and singing. You can bring it up on YouTube. You'll see me on there.
Okay.
My name is Anthony Harris, Channel 9. That's all you got to type in. Anthony Harris, Channel 9. It comes up. I'm like, whoa. My sister told me I see me on there. I'm like, wow, they got that clip.
But what show? What show?
You know, something is right before Bozo.
Right before
Do you remember Bozo when it came out?
Yes.
The show Bozo that used to be on Channel 9.
Mhm.
Okay, they had a talk show on there that's I was 7 years old. I forgot the name of the man exactly, but I'm gonna send you the clip. It's about a good 5 minutes clip of me playing. Yeah.
So it all started when you was young,
Yeah,
right?
very young. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
there's a story to every song, right?
Oh, hey. Yes, it is.
That a person has written.
Yes, there it is.
You write every song.
Yes,
You
I
have
do.
written every song on
Yes.
your album.
Yes.
What is the story behind your music?
The story behind my music is I want it to be real to the people. I want them to understand my musicianship. Okay, I want them to understand my background, being born on the west side where I come from. You can feel it in my music. Okay, my story behind my music is that I don't want a lot of sample stuff in it. I want original music. I want them to be able to vibe, and feel it in the spirit, my music, that what I'm playing. I don't just want it to be just some digital stuff that's been placed together. I want it to be like more of a real feel, like the '70s and the '80s was, Motown was. And that's what I was brought up on, that type of music and stuff. And I want to bring that back. Right now, if you get on the radio, you have a lot of synchronized music together. Anybody can get a music program and make a track, okay, and think they're musicians. Now give them that guitar and say, now can you play something for me? It's a different story.
So you're referring to auto tunes.
Not just auto tune, but music programs, period. I know I have met several people or producers in the music industry that say they're producers, okay? And I understand they are producers, but now if they don't have that music program, are they a producer? What if the electricity go off? Can you still entertain the audience if they pay to see you? Where your talent at? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like for them to know I got raw talent that God blessed me with. That can't no one take away from me. So that's my whole story behind me. Learn your music craft, learn your talent, and try to make it better.
Name one song on your album that defines your artistry.
my artistry on there, it's called, it's a real sweet one too. Okay, it's called,
I don't know. I mean,
it's called I Ain't Loving You No More.
okay,
That's the
can
title
you
of the song.
give us a sample?
Okay, but it's all instrumental.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's all
So
instrumental.
go ahead.
Well, it's some singing on there, but I'm not singing on there. I have an artist that's singing on there.
Okay.
She's a female. It goes something like, I ain't loving you no more. You know, it's a real jazzy. You treating me. Okay. So what it is about, it's about a man that, it's about a woman that's not going to love this man no more. She's tired of his stuff. I'm tired of his garbage. I'm not going to love you no more. You treating me. I'm thinking you loving me, but actually you're not loving me. You're hurting me. So that's what the whole song is about. Mm-hmm.
And that defines your artistry. That song.
Well, no, it don't define my artistry. I was just telling you about the song. On that song, my artistry on there, on my bass playing, okay, my artistry is more or less like, I would say with a jazzy feel, with my scale that I run on there is a flat a flat 13th scale on the bass line. I'm in B flat, okay. And what I'm trying to paint with my artistry with this song is that I'm trying to paint like a full band artistry picture. I want the bass in it, the guitar, the keys, the strings, everything. I want the whole artistry to be almost like Picasso painting. How you put everything together like a puzzle, and you put it all together, but it resides at the end. Do you understand?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't understand that.
Wow. I mean, you just
I can look at your eyes. I can look at your eyes, bro. And like, what is he talking about? I'm just playing it down instead of like a musician.
Why are you calling the host out? I mean,
I'm just playing. I can tell the way you look at me like, really?
Well,
Have you ever seen an abstract painting?
Yes.
That's kind of like how.
Well, let me interrupt. What you're saying is your artistry is like a canvas, a blank.
You do understand. Okay, I'm sorry. I ain't never you.
Just go ahead. Take my mic away. Okay.
But I'm serious. That's it.
And
you going there.
Every song is like a stroke, right?
Okay. All right.
So
better.
When you're
that's what I was trying to say.
when you're finished, like when you finish with your album,
okay,
there you go with a full-fledged canvas, correct?
Okay.
All right. So any artist you like to compare yourself to or admire the most?
That's a good question. I love Verdine White bass playing. Okay, I love Stanley Clarke. I grew up; they was my idols. Okay, playing bass. Okay, I love George Benson guitar playing. So I have a lot of his influence in my playing. Okay, my keyboard is playing is a lot like little Stevie Wonderfield. And his runs is I kind of idolize those a lot. Those guys, because those true musicians to me in my heart.
If I were an individual deciding to download your music, what would you say that to that individual to convince me to download your music about your album?
Okay. I like that. Okay, I would say it's definitely different. It's a different. It won't put you to sleep. It keep you grooving and moving. Okay. It's hippish a little bit, okay, but it definitely have a nice groove to it, and I think it will keep you interested, and I think you will love my musicianship. So you should buy it and support the brother.
Okay. Now I know that you have a couple of things out, but before we get to that, you also have a book that is coming out, which is this summer. Please explain to our listening audience on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station, what's it all about, the book?
Okay. The book is titled All About the Dollars. It's published already. So it's not coming out this summer. It came out 2 years ago, this book here.
Okay.
Okay. So it's published already. It's a book about, it tells hilarious stories about how people make money. Okay, like for instance, one of my chapters is called Pimping the Church. Okay, and it tells how certain people in church pimp the church for money. For instance, like the guy in the chapter name is Bishop. He's the minister of music. Okay, he needed some musicians. The musicians only charging the church 50. He told the church charging them 200 each. So it's stealing, but it's a way of pimping the church, they call it. Okay, and so this book is very hilarious, and I tell the story in a hilarious way. Okay, in a very funny way. Okay, Mother Know Best is a chapter in this book, and it tells a story about a young lady who was married to a very obese man, and her mom kept telling her, you need to get life insurance on this guy because his health ain't too good, diabetes, all this other stuff that came along, and you struggling with him and y'all don't have much. You really need to get some life insurance on this guy and stuff. But if you read, I don't want to tell the whole thing, I want you to read the book. It's a hilarious story how everything turns out to be. You know, how it all turns
Where
out.
they can get the book?
They can get the book at iuniverse.com. Okay, or any electronic bookstore, Amazon.com, any of them.
And you have a concert coming up, right?
Yes, I have 2 concerts coming up. I have to leave in 2 hours. That's what I'm telling you. I have to be on a plane in 2 hours. I'm out of here to Virginia.
Well, thanks for making that sacrifice for us. So you also have an event on the 4th of July that's coming up?
Yes, I'm headlining out here in Union Park on Union and on Lake in Ashland. Yes, I'm headlining the Family Life concert.
And where they can get your CD?
You can get my CD on iTunes, or you can get my CD at freshtoneproductions.com, my company right now. You can get it there.
Okay, and come on, sing a couple of bars. I know that's itching to come out of you. Just a couple of bars. We don't have that much time.
I'm a musician, but I can sing some of you want to. I'm more of a musician than a singer.
I know, but
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do that.
Well,
I produce for people, and they do the singing. I'm a producer.
Oh, okay.
Right. I make the music.
I know you're a producer, but you know what? I'm going to get you off air. That's going to do it for us on the Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station. Thank you, Fresh Tone, for coming in. Thanks for the drive. Thanks to Earl Winfrey and Rhea Ray Harris, who is up next with Straight No Chaser, is coming up next on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station. Don't forget this announcement. Don't forget to get your child or children in a time at a decent hour before curfew around 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Have a good week, everyone.